Hi team, welcome to Cloud Pandit in this Azure Data Factory Master Program. In today's session, we will discuss about how to parse complex JSON output from the REST API using the copy activity. So as we discussed in the previous sessions, once you make the request to the REST, basically it sends the multiple user records under the data collection. How we can able to flatten all those user records and creates the like a flattened CSV file with that results we will see in this particular sheet. So we will be using ADF to ingest this particular process. So we need a total three things. First one is Azure Data Factory. Next REST URL, which is our input. The target is ADLS Gen 2. So let's quickly go to the lab. So for that, I already kept the things ready. So Data Factory I created and kept it ready. Let me quickly open this Azure Data Factory. Similarly, if you see, this is the place where you can able to find the token, right? So this is the token that like this is the REST URL that I will be using to get all the user details by using the token. So if you look at our previous session, this is the username and password we have used for the login, and this is the token which we have used for accessing the data from the Postman. Same things we are trying in the Azure Data Factory now. So I just open Data Factory. This is the REST URL I will be using. So my data lake storage target is also kept it ready. So what I'll do in the targets, I'll go to container. I'll create the container called global. Okay. So create it. Step one is I just create a data factory. Step two, create a data lake storage into URL is ready. Step four, I open the data factory. Now let's move on to the manage tab. Let's create a two linked services. Click new. So first one is for the REST API, right? So let's go to the REST API. REST. So linked service LS for REST API. Come down. So base URL. So we need to get the base URL. If you go to this, you can get this is the base URL which you need to use. So I'll be just using this. And then basic authentication is I'll get the username and password from here. You can see from previous session we have used this is the username and this is the password. I'll be just copying and pasting these things here. And once these are done, you just test the connection. Let's see. Connection is successful, you can create it. So now REST linked service is completed. Let's quickly create the data lake storage Gen 2 linked service. So data lake storage Gen 2 LS for ADLS Gen 2. Come down, this is a subscription. Storage account name is this is the storage account name. Okay, test the connection. This is based on the account key which is automatically loaded. So now I have source REST API connection and sync data lake connection. I'll go to the author tab. Let's create the two data sets, right? So REST API data set, select REST API, and you can create a DS for a REST API and use this particular linked service. Okay, that's all. Create it. Similarly, we need to create a data set for our target, that is data lake storage Gen 2. As a CSV, I'll be loading DS for ADLS Gen 2. You can just use this particular linked service, browse it, select global. Under directly global folder, I'll be a global container, I'll be loading, but we won't do that. Let's quickly create a stage. Stage will create automatically at the time of running the pipeline. So as this folder not available, you have to select the input schema and click OK. Now two data sets are ready. Create a pipeline, new pipeline. Here I'll be using the copy data activity. Okay, let's put the copy data activity here. What is our source? Source is a REST API. Okay, this is the REST API. Sync is what? Data lake storage Gen 2. So source you cannot able to use the data because you must have to pass the token. So how to pass the token using the additional headers, right? You just have to use this. Here you need to put the authorization. You can go to this particular URL where you will be able to see what is the key. Key is authorization. You just put that here. So the value, if you see here, you click on this barrier and you need to put the value. So for that, click on this, click add dynamic content. You put the barrier here, give space, and then take the token from here, copy it till here, and you can keep it here. Click OK. So you have given the barrier token. Now, if you just debug, the pipeline should be able to ingest the data from the REST API to the ADLS Gen 2. But there is a problem. The problem is it has lot of user details, but it will ingest only one record. Okay, so copy activity is successful. But if you go to this particular data lake storage, right? If you go to this particular data lake storage, go inside global, go inside stage. If you open this, you will be able to see. I don't think even you will be able to see those things. See, I did not get even single record from the REST API. This is the just a metadata information I got, but user details I did not get. Why I did not get it? If you go here, so this is the metadata information, right? In the Postman, when I tested, I got these details. So same details I'm able to see in this particular page. Why it is happening like this? Why it is happening like this? Only metadata. The problem is, so data is not a data is a array collection of elements. So from the collection of elements, if you want, okay, if you want only one element, what you can do, you can come here, or you can come to the copy activity, click on mappings. You can say that import schema. When you click import schema, it will give you first user details. See, data, 0 of id, 0 of name, 0 of email, and so on. Like this, it will give you only one item of data, one user details. It will. Let's debug now. When I debug, it will give the one user detail, right? If you come here, sorry, not here, in the data lake side, if you see here, one more file might be loaded at 5 recent file. You can see 5.8 is the recent file. If you click on this, you will be able to see one user details. See now, so it is given only one record, right? Now how to get all the records, all user details that we have per page? How many user records we have? 10 per page, 10 user records we have. How to parse all these user records? How to get all these user records using that Azure Data Factory? How to parse it is, if you come to copy activity, okay, so what you need to do is, first thing is you can clear it. Whatever is there, you can clear it. You remove that. Then you just click on advanced editor. You need to say what is your collection. Collection is data. Data is a collection of elements, collection of user information. When you have given collection reference and click import schema, now what it does is, from that particular array of user details, it will pass one by one user details, and it creates the multiple records automatically. This is what you need to do. You need to check the advanced editor and select a collection reference is data, so that all these particular user details will be loaded into the target. Now let's quickly click debug. Now, if you come to the data lake storage, you should be able to see the latest data is loaded at 5 o'clock 11 minutes. If you click on this, if you click edit, you should be able to see all the 10 user details are loaded. This is the first 4 records are the metadata, but all the 10 records that we have for this particular page, whatever details are there in this particular page, we can able to extract it. This is how we can able to parse the complex or collection of array elements into the rows, and we can flatten it. So same data even we can able to store it in the SQL database as it is without any change. We just have to change the sync data set and sync legal services. Okay, that's all, team. So I request all of you to subscribe my YouTube channel and support me and encourage me to do more videos. Thank you.